Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I'm your host Jennifer, and Bentley has decided to not only join us on time today, but he's actually sitting in the co-captain chair. He's being a good boy today. That's my Benjamin. Kiss. Kiss. Thank you. Alright, so you want 5? Do you love me? That's my Benny Boo-Boos, my Benjamin. He wants lovin's today. He's very, very needy this morning, and I am here for it. I will give him all the scratches that he could take, because he's a good boy. That's not why we're here today. We're not here because of Bentley, Sir Benjamis, Bentleyus Maximus. We're not here because of this beautiful baby boy right here. I bought something off of Amazon. Now, every once in a while, what Cinnamon Stitches likes to do, and I'm Cinnamon Stitches, in case you didn't catch that point at the beginning of the video, I go on Amazon, or I go on Premier Yarns website, or I go on a website where I could buy a craft supply, and I just see what's new, what's on the market, what is being advertised to me, what is being pushed at me from, because Amazon will get a new buyer and they'll be like, oh, you need to check out this product, and they'll show it like every third thing, the same thing over and over again. Look at this, look at this, look at it, because they want you to look at it. It's called targeting ads, okay? Targeting ad targeting, it's all over, okay? That was happening, and I liked the way the hooks looked. Matter of fact, I think I have a hook like this that I got from Etsy. Can I find it? I have no idea. So they were showing me these new hooks, which I purchased. Where's my garbage is back there, Bentley. You're gonna have to wait a minute. And I do have a hook similar to this that I purchased on Etsy, which is why I bought this set, because here's something that's happening more and more frequently is big companies, Chinese companies specifically, are going on Etsy and stealing ideas. Even my beloved Disney. You guys know I'm a Disney freak at heart. I love Disney. I'm a Disney addict. I'm a Disney girl. Disney has done it. They have gone on and stolen inspiration, stolen straight up designs from small Etsy sellers, and then claim that it's a Disney exclusive. And sometimes they will threaten to sue the original artist. I've seen it play out. It's not cool, and I don't at all approve of that. I'm looking for the hook that I know that I purchased. I have no idea where I put it. It's a beautiful hook. I did a review on it. By the way, these are my hook cases. They are fancy, glorified pencil cases that are linked in my Amazon shop all the time, because one of them was gifted to me and the other one I purchased because I loved the gifted one so much, because it does hold a ton of hooks. And it holds the big hooks. Except that one popped out. Where is it? Am I missing it? So anyway, I have one of these hooks, which I will show you in just a moment. And I should have did this before I hit record, but if you're new here, this is something I do very frequently. I figure out what I wanted to do after I hit record, and then I go looking while we're talking. Hang on, I'll be right back. Alright, I can't find it. For all I know, it's in a project bag somewhere, or there's a possibility it's under stuff over on the side, but it'll be fine. You guys will get the idea. And that just made me realize I need to pack up what's in the drawers of these desks as well, because if you watched yesterday's video, I'm packing things up like crazy, trying to get the house prepared to get on the market in a very short amount of couple of weeks. And I did a lot of work yesterday. I cleared off 2 shelves on here, which I showed in the video, but also this entire shelving unit that was here is gone and in the dump. So anyway, so these hooks remind me of a hook I bought on Etsy. That was by a small, and actually I think she was overseas somewhere. I don't remember where she was even located. When I saw these hooks, they are, I want to say $15 per hook. The set of 5 cost me $40. It was $39.99. The individual hooks are anywhere from $10 to I think $14 from what I'm seeing. So they have different colors, obviously. I'm going to show you these up close, don't worry. And then we're going to take them down to the table and I'm going to use them. The set that I bought was this set of 5. It was $39.99 for sizes 6mm to 10mm. But they also have a set that's 4mm to 6mm in 5 sizes. And that one's $50. Or just one hook, which is a 5mm, is $12.99. Or you can get all 9 sizes. 2mm to 6mm for $90. Okay, so I'm going to show you the hooks up close. We're going to talk about them and we're going to work with them, and I'm going to tell you whether they're worth your money or not because they're beautiful hooks. But what I saw about these, they're flat on one side, whereas the hooks from Etsy were rounded all the way through. Ooh, okay. I don't know if I like that. I'm depackaging them. They're packed really well. They came unscathed. Came in cute packaging. This would be a really good gift for, I'm thinking Mother's Day, but like Christmas, Easter, birthday, if they're good hooks. Now, from what I can tell on the head, these are generic hooks. They are more along the lines of a Susan Bates. No, it's not. Boy, it's a more of a boy style hook in my opinion than Susan Bates, because it has like the tapered head. The hook itself is going to be what I'm really concerned with, because I don't like this style of hook very much. I am more of a Susan Bates style. Actually, not even really. I like Susan Bates over boy, but I learned on boy, so I've used both extensively. What I really like is this style head, which is the dots crochet hooks, or I really like the OMMI or Furls style head. So this is an OMMI head, which is inline. Inline versus tapered is the way that it's cut into the hook. So inline means that the throat where the yarn goes is cut in, whereas tapered, it kind of tapers all the way around in all directions. Okay. And the difference to me is just the way that it grabs the yarn. And it could be different for you. If you like boy better, that's good, because that might be the way you crochet. It's the way you hold your hook. It's the way you hold your yarn. It's the way you yarn over or yarn under. There are so many factors that go into what hook you're going to use that's best for you. Okay, so this is OMMI. These are also listed in my Amazon shop. I post my favorite things in there, and I also post things that I have reviewed. So always check my reviews to see how I felt about it. I put them in there in case anybody wants them, but I'm not sure how I feel about these hooks that I just paid $40 for. So this is the OMMI hook, which are only available on Amazon. And then there's also Furls. I can't seem to find one because I haven't used my Furls hooks in a while, but you saw them when I opened up the thing. Anyway, so this comes in 5 colors, 5 size hooks. It comes in, and you can see the size very easily. It's very prominent, just like your normal Susan Bates or boy hooks. But on the other side, there's not a brand, which tells me this is just a generic crochet hook. These are supposed to be ergonomic because they're curved and it's made out of resin. And there's these beautiful flowers, which I will show you in detail. Okay, and the flowers in each one of the hooks matches the hook. They're pretty. But this side is flat, like flat. Do you see that? It's kind of weird and I don't know how I feel about it. And also, did you see how sharp the end is? Okay, now, I haven't tested these out. These are just first opinions. I'm scared if you have big hands, that's going to stab you and cause problems. The reason I know that is because I can't use shorter hooks because they cause me to callus up right here. Like I get calluses and blisters right there from the wear and tear of me constantly moving and it stabbing me, which is why I prefer the OMMI and the dots hooks. These are from WeCrochet, but these are also available on Amazon. So while this hook is long enough that it's sticking out the end, okay, I'm worried it's going to snag yarn. I'm worried it's gonna stab me. I'm worried it's gonna poke me. Like, that's really sharp. I don't know if I like that. It's like an acrylic nail at the end of there, right? Hang on. Right? It's like a fingernail. So, the 6mm is the gold colored one with the yellow flowers. It's very pretty. And one of the positives of it having a flat side like that is it's not going to roll off your desk, which we will test. The 7mm, which again you can see very clearly, 7mm, has blue flowers to match the hook. They're very pretty. They're very, very pretty. The 9mm, which I know I'm showing you the numbers upside down. 9mm. See that flat side? This one feels slightly more rounded than the other ones. It might be because it's a fatter hook. Has these beautiful flowers. 10mm. Purple flowers. There's also, in every single one of these, it seems like there's an air bubble at the end. Every single one of them, I could feel it. And then last but not least, we have the 8mm, which looks like there is a fault here. First of all, this ain't flat. It's sharp. Whereas the rest of these, it's flat all the way up. Well, no, that's a little sharp too. Yeah, you could feel the edge of the resin. This one's the worst of them though. You see how thick that is right there? What did I say this was? 8mm, and you can see there's a flaw in there where something got stuck in there. And the red has pink flowers. Yeah, I can feel that. Now, if that's where my thumb rests, that's going to be a serious problem because that's going to cause my skin to... The blue one is smoothish-ish. I can still feel the edge. They're all kind of sharp right there. Come on. Not my face. Right here, where it's at the tip, you can feel that. That's where the thumb rest is. You see that? That might be a problem. I'm also, these edges, where it's flat, I can feel, it's not like the big blue one is smooth. The rest of these, like you can feel it's like a flat surface. That might not be a problem. We're gonna have to crochet with them to find out. But it might be a problem. And the reason I think it might not be a problem is because I do in fact have knitting needles that are triangle shaped. They're called Collage. They were gifted to me and then I found some at the thrift store and I really like them. And it helps me to grip the knitting needles without death gripping them. So that might be beneficial. Let's go down to the table and we'll look at these a little bit better. And we're gonna get some yarn and work up some. And I'm not testing for the head so much because they're a basic crochet hook and a lot of people use these basic crochet hooks and they work just fine. I want to know how it feels in my hand. Is it going to cause irritation where the seam, it's not even a seam, where the flat part is? Is that going to cause irritation? Is this going to stab me? Is that going to irritate my thumb? I'm also going to tell you, I tore my hands up this week. So my hands are extra sensitive today. So keep that in mind with my opinion. I got like 18 splinters right in this little section of my finger and it's all inflamed and swollen up because my body's reacted. I have eczema blisters that have popped on this finger and then Mr. Cinnamon slammed this finger in the metal filing cabinet drawer yesterday when we were moving it to storage. He tried to close the drawer while I was moving it and caught the tip of my finger. So this hand is really sore and swollen from the violations that have happened to my fingers specifically, and that is my working crochet hand. So we're going to keep that in mind if it's extra sensitive on specifically my fingers that are damaged. But we're going to go to the table nonetheless. We're going to find some yarn to work up, and we're going to work up and see how we feel about these crochet hooks in our actual hand. Alright, I just grabbed some scrap balls that were close by. This is a medium worsted weight number 4 yarn. So what I'm going to start with is the 6mm crochet hook, which I know 6mm is generally used for bulky weight yarn, but I mean, we're not testing for swatch or anything. We're testing the way that the hook feels in our hot little hands. Now it does feel like a very basic crochet hook. It's not super smooth like the resin hooks that I use most frequently, and it's not super smooth like my favorite hook of all times at this point. My favorite hook changes from like season to season. It's a basic metal hook. If you've used a basic metal hook, you know what that feels like. It's not super slick, it's not super slippery. I know with time and use that the hook will smooth out from just being rubbed on by the yarn. It like smooths the hook over time. So right now it might not be super smooth and it feels like it's dragging a little bit. I know that over time that will wear down and it will feel better. So like I said, I'm not judging the tip of the hook so much as the way the rest of the hook feels in my hand. So what I'm noticing is right here, the way that I hold my hook, the seam where it's flat is absolutely irritating this part of my hand. It's rubbing, and it's the way I hold my hook. So I'm not even a whole row in, and I can feel that seam, and I think long-term crocheting with this hook is not going to be a thing that I'm going to like to do because... But also my hands are really swollen right now because they're inflamed. So I'm taking that into consideration as well. I also have the morning shakes because my sugar is probably low because I barely ate dinner last night. But breakfast is on the way, so no worries. It's just the early morning shakes that I get occasionally. Bentley, nobody wants to hear you licking yourself. That sounds grody. You hear him slap his tongue louder? What a jerk. Hey. He stopped. I think. He lay down. It doesn't feel awful. It doesn't feel awful because this is a scrap ball. Of course, it's going to fight me and tangle on itself. Because why would it make why would it make my life any easier? Oh, see, I almost did half double. I'm supposed to be doing singles in this row. Now this part is long enough that it's not stabbing me, but do you see how that could be dangerous? Can you imagine? Also, I don't think the flat part is a bad thing. Like, it's not bothering me here to hold it on the flat part, because generally when you have a metal hook anyway, you usually hold it right there where the letters are, or the numbers, right? So that part isn't really bothering me, and I'm not far enough up the hook that that part right here, where the edge of the resin is, I'm not far enough up the hook that that's bothering me. That might not be the same for you, because you might grip up higher. So take all of these things into consideration before you make a big purchase, because $40 is not cheap for 5 hooks. And the fact that they're $10 each, it's almost, well, it is absolutely a better deal to buy all 5 sizes instead of just one at a time. But I don't recommend ever buying a full set until you have tried one of the hooks out first. And while Amazon is really good with returns, sometimes they're a jerk and they're like, oh, we're not returning that, you know? So I have had that happen. I don't return things very often unless they're faulty, but there has been the rare occasion where they're like, yeah, we're not returning that. You can keep it. So, with that being said, if you like the look of the hooks and you don't want to invest a whole $40, buy one and see if you like it. I bought the whole set because honestly it made more sense for me to buy the whole set. Show you some of the different colors, and also price per hook is not. It's a better deal. 5 for $40 makes it what? My brain ain't gonna do that math today. Clear 40 divided by 5 is $8 a hook. That don't look right. See, this is why I always screw up with double crochets. Like, where am I supposed to put that lat? Because that ain't right. Doesn't matter, Jen. It's a swatch. Chill out. Turn it and just do a different stitch. Ugh. Just gonna do a little bean stitch, popcorn stitch, whatever you're gonna call this, just to see. I think they're pretty hooks. Are they fantastic? Are they anything to write home about? No. They're pretty. And like I said, this idea was stolen from someone who was making crochet hooks on Etsy already. And it was taken over by probably a Chinese company who decided we're going to steal that idea and we're going to make it our own. We're going to put it on Amazon and sell it for real cheap. That's what is happening. Now the hooks that are on Etsy that I wish I had found, because I do have one and it's really beautiful, I don't use it. I don't. It was pretty. I bought it because it was pretty. I don't use it. It's a metal hook. Then I don't really use the metal hooks very often. I think with the company that I used on Etsy, I will try to find the link to her. I don't know if she even still makes hooks. It was a long time ago. She gave me the choice to pick Susan Bates or Boy, and I picked Susan Bates because that's what I preferred. I think. Actually, no. I'm thinking of somebody else. I think it was just a basic hook like this. And it was in another country. And it was on Etsy. And the hooks were beautiful. And they had the little fake flowers in there. And it was a really pretty hook. And it was rounded all the way around. It didn't have this flat part. But I think I've used the hook once. It just was not my favorite hook to use. And I think these are more of something to gift to somebody, you know, be a good gift to somebody who would appreciate the beauty of the hook, who likes using metal hooks. Maybe that's you. Gift yourself a hook. I don't care. That's why I do these reviews. So you don't have to waste your money on something that you might not necessarily like. So while I'm only using the 6mm crochet hook right now, I can tell you it's an okay hook. They're pretty though. They're real pretty. It is absolutely irritating right here. It's irritating. You see it's turning kind of, well, you can't really see. It's turning red here and here a little bit. Again, my hands are inflamed, so it might make me more sensitive. But it is irritating my hand right here, and I'm already ready to switch crochet hooks. It's just where the edge of that is, where the flat part is. I like the idea that it's flat because it's not going to roll off your table and break. Well, that one did. See, this is the one that's more rounded. I'm going to crochet with this one in a minute because this one is absolutely more rounded. Like, you can't feel that hard seam like you can on here. And you see that one wants to roll. And that one don't want to. Yeah. So the bigger ones want to roll. The 10mm and the 9mm want to roll. And I think it's because the hook is so thick that they had to make this layer extra thick. And so the edges are rounded. Well, the 10 feels kind of flat. That blue, the 9mm is absolutely rounded. We're going to use that one in a minute. I got to get some fat yarn. And I can't guarantee if you order another 9mm, it's going to be rounded like that one. Because that's part of the process of using resin, is like, even if you try to make them identical, it's not going to be identical. Because there's so many things that factor in to using any kind of art composite like that, like resin or anything. So there's that. I think the thing that I'm going to have to be aware of when I'm holding these crochet hooks is I need to make sure that the hook is positioned in a place where my thumb is on the flat part, because the way that I crochet, I tend to move around so much that my hook will sometimes turn in my hand, especially if it's a rounded crochet hook. Hey, I'm gonna pause. Alright, sorry, Mr. Cinnamon came home from the grocery store and the dogs were going crazy. Oh, hang on. I gotta make today's video live since it's done. I shouldn't have unpaused just yet. So, I do public. Sorry my videos are late lately, but life has been lifing real hard at me. And I've been so busy. Alright, so what I was saying is, I gotta be careful the way that I hold the hook, because if I hold it at just the wrong angle, I'm gonna catch the edge of this sharpness where it's flat on my thumb. And I think that's gonna irritate me long term. But more than that, the way that I have to hold it so it's flat here, I'm catching the edge here. See, it's the sharp edges hitting here. And what that is causing is irritation, and it's scratching, and it's gonna probably callus if I use this long term or for a big project. That is the downside of this hook. I felt it get smoother as I was working, so even if you feel like it's a little not smooth, using the hook actually smooths it out. You can also rub it on a pair of jeans or corduroys, like just rub it on your pant leg and it will smooth it out. And some people have found that if they rub this hook, specifically a resin hook, in your hair, get a little bit of your hair oils in there, it will help it to not be squeaky and to be a little smoother. I don't do that because I think that's a little bit gross. I have dandruff. I don't want dandruff in my crochet. So with that being said, I'm going to grab some thicker yarn. That says it's thicker, but I want something like real fat. Let me grab an anniversary cake. Whoop. Dropping stuff on the floor. So this is a slice of anniversary cakes. I'm just going to work up a little bit of a swatch with the blue hook, the 9mm, because, like I said, this one out of the hooks is more rounded. Like, it's not sharp along the seam. So this one might be more enjoyable to use. And it's also a little bit heavier, so it might not be more enjoyable to use. I don't know. This head is like, do I have another 10mm handy or 9mm? The head is so wide here. I'm not loving that. This one is this is an 11.5mm crochet hook, okay? So this is as wide as the 11mm. It's just more narrow. So yeah, I know that I have a big hook in here. 7. Where's my big fat hooks? Anyway, we'll see how it wants to snag right there, because it's so wide at that base. Means I gotta loosen up everything. Also, anniversary cakes are splitty, so that might be a double negative for me with this crochet hook. I could have swore I worked up a swatch of this yarn, but it doesn't have a swatch in it. A brand new cake. Yeah, this is splitting the yarn real bad. Honestly, I'm gonna be real honest with you. Unless you think these hooks are very beautiful and you can't live without them, I'm not gonna give them my seal of approval. I will still link them below, because I know some of you are gonna be like, I don't think I'll have a problem with that. I'm still gonna link them below. They're not my favorite hooks. I don't foresee using them a whole lot, or if at all. So that's just my personal preference. And you, if you have used these hooks or seen these hooks, or if you're interested in these hooks, you can put those in your comments below. If you have any opinion other than mine, I always welcome other people's opinions. Just be respectful and don't argue in the comments, because I will delete it and I will block you. I don't like arguing. You're allowed to have a different opinion with someone without trying to force them to feel the same way you do, and that's in everything in life. People are allowed to think differently than you are. They have different experiences than you do. Alright, just a little smoother once we got past the first row and we're not doing half double crochets. So it's not horrible. Another thing I just realized, because I'm kind of going up further on the head, that while it's not affecting my finger, is absolutely going to affect your yarn. If you are pulling up like that, it's going to cause your yarn to fuzz up on you, because it's going to snag over and over and over again on that ridge where the resin ends. And I think if these were made by a artisan instead of what I'm assuming an overseas company, the artisan would probably take the time to smooth out this part. They would probably take the time to smooth out or make sure these rough edges did not exist. But because this is an Amazon product and because it is mass produced, they just don't care. They're just trying to sell a product. And they're pretty. They are absolutely pretty. This one is not bothering me at all because it's rounded, and the way, because it's so big, it's not actually like, I don't know, the way I'm holding it, the seam is not even bothering me at all. The mild seam that there, it's not even a seam. It's literally the edge of the resin. You hear little man talking to the dogs. He is in love with Ponyo, like it's his favorite dog. He calls her his little beanie bean, which is what you're hearing him say. My little beanie bean. And I will say Ponyo has the personality of Scrappy Doo. So she tolerates Lucas, but that's about as far as that goes. She tolerates him. She very much has the personality of Scrappy Doo from Scooby-Doo. Puppy power! Yeah, that's all Ponyo. She's a little viper. Okay, so the 9mm I might actually use. This isn't bad. It's not bad. It's not my favorite hook, but I don't have a whole lot of big hooks. I think I only have one 9mm. I have maybe 4, 5, 10mm. I have maybe 1 or 2 8mm. So the 9mm I think is going to hang out. I think I might actually use this one. I think the rest are going to get put in the drawer in case I like them later or want to use them later, in case I want to gift them to someone later. That will always be something. I like to do that on occasion. And no, I'm not doing a giveaway. And I get a lot of questions like, why don't you do giveaways? And some people get downright nasty about it. This is why I don't do giveaways. Unless I pick someone that comments every single day in my videos, they don't claim their prize ever. Ever. So I don't know what that's about. Unless I pick someone who is a ride or die, long-term cinnamon fan, who has been on this channel and posts every single day, I don't get a response back, anyone claiming the price. And not only is that not fair, because that means I'm individually picking someone, and that means the other people who are also ride or die, who are also here every day, are not getting chosen. It's not fair to those of you who are actual wanting to watch me, because there's so many people who pop on and are like, oh, I want to win, but I'm not really going to watch you every day to see if I won or not. And it is so frustrating to me. There has been times I've done giveaways and I have picked 3 or 4 different winners, and then I gave up and I donated the prize because not one of them people ever contacted me back or got in contact with me or even responded to my comment. Nothing. That's why I don't do giveaways. Because to me, it is a colossal waste of time unless I am picking someone who is one of you who watch me every single day. And I don't know, maybe it would be different if I did prizes in like the Facebook group. I'm liking that blue in there. Why do I want to keep crocheting? Okay, so this one's not bad. This one's not bad. If all of the hooks were rounded like this one, this is not a bad hook. But because 1 out of 5 are rounded, not getting my seal of approval. But as you can tell, the fact that I'm still crocheting this, that I'm enjoying both the yarn and the hook together. So that is my Cinnamon Stitches opinion on these crochet hooks from Amazon. I will link them below if you are interested. Bentley is sitting on the chair staring at me because he wants out. He's probably hungry and or thirsty, and he knows that Daddy came home with food. So, there you have it. These beautiful hooks from Amazon are going to get a pass from me. I'm going to say pass on them. Unless, I mean, you might like them. You might. I'm not going to say you're going to hate them. They're pretty. But if pretty is all we're going for, that's $40 for pretty. And I could buy 4. Well, I could buy almost 4 of these beautiful hooks, which are the OMMI hooks on Amazon, which I love these hooks, and they look like magic wands. You buy 4 of these for the same price as 5 of these, and I use these all the time. All the time. My 2 favorite hooks right now in my life are the WeCrochet dots hooks. These are available on Amazon, or the OMMI hooks. These are available on Amazon. These are also available at WeCrochet.com. And the OMMI hooks come in lots of shapes, and they do come in different shapes. These are OMMI. This is OMMI. So, got another of the red OMMIs. So, if you're going to spend money on hooks, I would get 4 of these instead of 5 of these. That's just my personal opinion. Or, for the same price, you can get a set of the OMMIs for, I think, $40, $50. That's my Cinnamon Stitches opinion. Take it or leave it. But they're pretty, right? They're pretty. They're just not worth the price tag. I don't foresee myself using them. I don't see myself using them. Because irritation is real. And with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I test out my new crochet hooks. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.